Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by myself, Vulcan, and Attack Power.
Hello everyone. Oh, I'm so excited for this game.
In this video, we have for you game 2 of a best of 3 between Yamin and Farid in the quarterfinals of the Division 1 Season 11 playoffs of the Steel Division 2 League. Today they are playing on Bobr, and on our left in the red team we have Yamin playing with the 26th Guards and the Vanguard deployment type. And on our right in the blue team we have Farid playing Festung Dunkirchen and the Vanguard deployment types. Once again, mirrored income. What do you think about these divisions?
First off, why does everyone have to mirror income? Like, let's mix it up, people. Let's just mix it up. Like Vanguard Maverick at least. Like, come on. But anyway, yeah, I mean, two solid division. I mean, 26 Strelki is, in my opinion, the best Soviet division. Very arguable. 84th is very strong as well. But it does have a ton of great tools. It has the best Soviet infantry. Like all the good Soviet infantry. You want Strafniki and Sturmoviki rocks and stuff. So I mean, you get some great tools. You have ISU 152s in abundance, and that's the best Soviet unit in the game. KV-85s, IS-1. I mean, it's got all kinds of good stuff. I mean, the AA tab is a little underwhelming. It's okay stuff, but you don't get very much of it. But basically, every other tab is really strong. Festung on the other side here. This division is, I feel like this is one of the best divisions that's always left over after bans. It's extremely spammable. You have some really strong units in there with the Outconf, with their double MG42 and such. You get an amazing AT tab, an amazing AA tab, really good arty. Terrible Air Force, not great tank tab. But yeah, it's a very this division is very dangerous, especially in a spammy person.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a map like this as well, which is kind of more stalematey.
Mm-hmm.
The abundance of off map can really help you break through and take positions on the other side of this river for sure. So let's have a quick look at what's going down here. There are a lot of units though. On the top left for Yamin, he's got triple guards, fast sneak. He's got an artillerist in the deck there. ISU 152. We got a sniper. We got the 50mm mortar, some more guards. Further down, we've got the Sturmoviki guards. 50mm mortar again with the leader and T-34, and onto the hill it's going to be another 50mm mortar, the fast sneaky, the sniper SG-43, the Sturmoviki rocks, and more guards. On the side of Rommel, he's got loads of Flammenwerfer all across the front here, zooming forwards to take positions early on. On the top it's going to be the Erdkampfflefit and the Pak 43. Can the Faust find the shot onto the Flammenwerfer on the bottom side? It didn't. But in the middle, loads of Landesschützen moving forwards with the Jagdkommando and Grenz. You got the Marder, the Panzer IV. You got the Jagdpioneer, Jagdkampf coming down to the bridges. And on the bottom side, Kutzenpolizei following up the Landesschützen and a couple of Marder 3s there with the IG-18. And that is your lot. Faustniki opening up initially onto these KM Landesschützen, but not dealing well with the Flammenwerfer there so far.
Yeah, secret most OP unit in the game, the 50mm mortar. That thing, if you can use it well, is absolutely disgusting. The thing is, most people can't use it very well because we're not all as good as Div 1 players, so it's terrible for everyone else. But when you watch these guys use this thing, it's the most disgusting piece of equipment in this game.
Yeah, it's very, very good. It fires very rapidly, pins down, does a lot of damage very quickly. You can see it like taking out this Landesschützen in the middle of the map here, pinning down the rest behind it. Absolutely just wiping out a pretty thick squad very, very fast indeed.
For 20 points. It's just, it's such a good, it's got like infinite ammo, fires forever. I mean, these things, if you can use them well, mean you win every single infantry combat that happens. Like you don't lose. Now we see an ISU 152 on the hill. Fair did a nice job making a push across this bridge here, but it looks like Yamin might be absolutely smashing it.
Yeah, it's just a very, very nice position for the ISU to cover. The guards have very adequate veterancy as well, bringing those in at 1 vet using the Avto to get them to 2 vet. And against the disheartened units that Farid's using, that is more than adequate in that situation. On the bottom side, Farid's going to be looking to push in heavily with the Festungsgrenz and the Landesschützen now that his first 2 Landesschützen made it through. But the Sturmoviki rocks waiting to pounce with 3 veterancy down here as well. They do come in at 2 vet, the Avto Gomnati providing that extra. And they can certainly melt all of that infantry very, very quickly. But the 50mm mortar also going to be helping out, pinning down and killing off a few extra men from that squad. Look at this front line, though.
Yeah.
It's a bit dangerous.
Yeah, this is not, in the south, this is not going great for Farid. That is definitely for sure. Oh, the Confident, this thing is just, oh, this is like a reason to play this division. Like, the reason. It's so good. It's so much fun. Thank goodness these do not appear in many other divisions, because my god, it'd be the most obnoxious thing ever.
Yeah, it's got 1,500 meter range, 20 mil. And in this case, actually getting pinned by the SG-43 thanks to the sniper that is now dead. But here comes all the infantry just forcing their way across this bottom bridge. But honestly, I don't really see like how much ground they can really make, because that Shtomoviki Rocks is in such a good position. That Festung is just going to instantly surrender.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Festung does. It just spams. I mean, you just throw stuff at problems and hope it overwhelms. I mean, Fair's not even responding to this massive salient. Like he said, there's no reinforcements coming in. He does not give a rip. He's held on to his 2 flags up north, but Yamin on 1311 because of this. T-34 rushing in with a 45 mil. Where's the 45 going? That's a really weird. Okay. I mean, he's going to try to cut off the reinforcements, but the Yag Pioneers are not very good. That unit's actually pretty terrible. It's
Maybe
not,
the play there was on purpose to just surrender them.
yeah, I mean, it had another order, and then he redid it to surrender them. So heads up play by Yamin as always. Flak 43 coming in. Not sure that's what you want in this situation. Right? Unless the flak is
IL-2 on the bottom side is like floating around though, looking for the Marder 3 kills. So I think he potentially might be scared of these popping the Panzer 4 and the Jagdpanther.
Yeah, very possible. Now the T-34 is right here. I mean, it could just kill this. IL-2 going to get the Panzer 4. That thing is fantastic. That AT plane is really good.
It's also got 4 cheeky bombs if it ever wants to drop them. But you need to turn those off in order to use the 37, and in this case, another one on the bottom side takes out the Marder 3. 45 mil takes out the other Marder 3. So all of the armor just being ripped out from under Farid, leaving him with pretty much only infantry across the front, other than this Jagdpanther that's sitting very far back. I'm curious why he's brought that in that position, because it's going to be pretty much blind in most angles, unless he's trying to get it into the back of one of these buildings in order to snipe the ISU later on.
I would assume. Now, the Cam Pioneer here did take out that T-34, saving the Flak 43. Off-map coming in already. 122 mil, although this is not the rocket one. This is just like normal tube artillery 122. Yeah, not the most scary of off maps.
And will certainly pin down
Yes.
a lot of this disheartened infantry very quickly, though. And I think he placed a placed a barrage, onto the far side of the bridge there to stop the advance of Farid's forces across. Also, the ones that are on his side of the river, Yamin's side of the river, further down, are almost being cut off entirely by the Avtos and guards here. So lots of units in a pretty rough situation for Farid right now. And this salient still here, which if it wasn't, Farid would actually be up 14-10.
Yeah. Yeah, we do see a flak. Now, his little spam move down south did make progress. He's on the hill. I wouldn't call it a secure grabbing, but there's tons more Festung coming. Okay, he's just literally Q moving them. That's one way to do it.
An 88 that's just on an unknown position.
What?
So far up.
What? Tell me that's a mistake.
There's no way he lets that go.
Yeah, I was going to say that had to have been a mistake. There's no way you thought that was going to be a good idea.
In this case, I think he's just trying to get it onto that hill so that he can prevent more reinforcements coming in, because that does have decent rate of fire, 12 round per minute rate of fire with a 40% accuracy.
Oh,
so
it's
we'll
a
be
good
able to kill tanks and stuff at range.
Yeah, it's a good unit. I was confused about its placement. Now, this Avto might be able to just chop through all these land shoots in and kill the 88. That would be pretty backbreaking.
Yeah, absolutely. That Avto, perfectly timed, will run down the Landerschützen.
Well, he's making
look at the damage.
Oh, there's an off map again. That 122 drove all the way down from the north to deliver its annoying payload down south. And Farid did recapture one of these flags here on the hill down south, so he is back to a 13-11. The Yagkampf unloading and should be able to eviscerate this 45 mil pretty easily, unless it switches targets. Nope, it did kill it off.
Yep, E45 dead. On the bottom, more Yagkampf coming in there, right into the target of this off map, which isn't ideal. Yagkampf in the mid got forced off by the double Avto there. Interesting to see the Avtos used in Phase A.
Oh, I love
and
Avtos.
They do bring quite a lot of value these days, especially now they have the shock trait.
Yeah, they're very good. Avtos are phenomenal, and their availability is massive. Like, you get 8 in A phase with one vet. Like, that's fantastic. And then 16 and 24. Avtos are actually one of my favorite units right now. They make me want to play Soviets. Not much does, but that does.
Well, the T-34 getting saved by the off-map did take 1 penetration. IL-2 coming in with the bombing strike onto the 88. We'll do a little bit of extra damage, not too much.
Fall back, so strong.
P2 is just happily floating around, getting loads of recon information on this bottom side, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Farid's letting that happen. I mean, letting top tier players get information is probably the worst thing you can do. 88 goes down to the Gavardi DP. Ouch, as all these units fall back. IL-2 now getting a cheeky attack on the Panzer IV, but just pulls off at the wrong moment there and can't finish it off. Very lucky there for Farid because he doesn't have much armor to work with.
He was saved by the slope.
Yeah, it looked like it.
And I think the Panzer IV, I mean, it's still going to be under threat. The P2s is constantly spotting that, so the IL-2 will be able to line up another shot shortly. The Jagdkampf coming through on the mid. The Jagdpanther actually moving up really, really aggressively there as well towards that bridge. And the 88 behind it is currently pinned. So gotta be careful the IL-2s don't go for that afterwards, because there is a possibility. There is still the 37 in the position there. But here comes the IL-2 for the Panzer IV.
Easy kill.
Clean that up.
I gotta say, you gotta respect Yamin for calling in a bunch of planes against one of the best AA divisions in the game.
Yeah, and now Farid being forced to invest in that with the 37 unloading further back. A little bit too late to save the Panzer IV, unfortunately, and that seems to have been the story so far, in a sense that all of the armor's just been dying from Farid, whilst the AA hasn't been there. Now the AA's in, and it doesn't really have much to defend. New Panzer IV arriving in the center, but these Panzer IVs are in limited supply in Festung Dunkirchen.
I think this is the last one here in the center, actually. He doesn't get... And I'm not sure... It's weird that Yamin brought in 2 IL-2s when he knows there's only about 13 armored vehicles to kill. 1 makes sense. 2 kind of feels like a bit of an overinvestment, honestly.
Yeah, but the 50-kilogram bombs on those aircraft do reload very fast. So they can be useful in the long run for chipping enemy infantry. Speaking of infantry, on this bottom side, things are starting to turn towards Farid's favor quite significantly as the Jagdkampf are moving through here. Those 4 MP40s able to take care of the guards at close range. It's going to really be up to the Su-76 to get the pinning shots in to help the Sturmoviki win these engagements.
IG-18 just took out a T-34 with its heat shell. That was really nice. You have to be careful, too. There's a lot of bazookas in Festung. Like, a lot of bazookas. You really can't just drive tanks around willy-nilly. He really needs to kill off this Sturmoviki and get this flag back. I mean, Farid's on a 15-9, though. The dude knows how to get him.
Yeah, I mean, in the first game we saw between these two, Farid did a fantastic job of controlling the flags and then finding the kills later on as well. Which really solidified that game for him. And in this one, he seems to be in another good position. Cutting off the Sturmoviki there might just give him back both of those flags. And then he'll be sitting on a 16-8 even, which is a really rough place for Yamin to be in. He doesn't want to sit under a double tick for too long in a mirror matchup income.
Yeah, but again, if we look here, there's so many more troops on the map here for Yamin. Like, a lot more. And we're now into B phase, so both players losing income this time instead of getting it. Wow, those Jagdkampf. My god, he took out 2 units and most of the suppression bar with 1 burst on that Strafniki. Jeez, these things are good.
Yeah, but now we see the Strafs coming in. The Strafs Yeah, really chunky squads, but still suffer from suppression, which is probably the main way that you deal with them. You don't want to have to sit there and shoot them and
Oh,
kill every single unit. You want to pin them down and surrender them because otherwise it's just a lot of men to get through.
and that's what makes the trait fanatical so strong. A lot of people question, ooh, that Ur Conflict up north going to go down to the Isle too. What? Why didn't it drop? That's weird. That should have dropped. There was no reason that it didn't lose sight or anything. That was kind of weird. But anyway, that's what makes Fanatical so good. A lot of people are like, Fanatical doesn't do anything. It actually does. It's just not noticeable until you realize, like, my god, this unit doesn't surrender. Now I have to stand here killing it over and over again.
I was curious if the ME410 recon was gonna fire the little
I thought so
machine
too.
gun burst that got the kill.
Wow.
But speaking of, the ISU 152 has gone down to the Jagdpanther on the hill, so that's gonna
And
actually help out Farid a lot in pushing across that bridge.
down south, the PaK 38 took out a T-34 and an Su 85 all the way down south. That was actually pretty huge, killing both those armor pieces off.
Oh yeah, very nice indeed. That's gonna help his infantry swarm across that bridge as well. So a couple nice developments in his kill death, that's for sure. Certainly getting some back from these initial trades.
Yeah, but this Sturmvikie Rocks is just preventing him from getting that 15-9 again. It's absolutely killing him. I'm surprised he's not being more like, yeah, there we go. Like, why didn't he just do this? Or like, he could have drove a Festung right on this at some other point.
Like, just put something directly in that building, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, like, I mean,
and then it just can't sit on the flag and just forget about the Sturmvikie. It doesn't matter.
And like, I mean, at some point, I mean, if the Sturmvikie's there, then fine. Now he knows it's there. He goes after it. But otherwise, like, yeah, it's just been really odd that he's just left that. It's hurt him. It really has. It's saved Yamin. It's really saving him.
Yeah, in terms of like actual ticks, yeah, 100%.
We do see another ISU 152 coming in.
Yeah, the Erdkampffet on this hill though, still providing fantastic fire support. Like these 20 mils are just so strong. It makes it very difficult for Yamin to move across the open here on the bottom side and continues to cover the advance of Farid's infantry.
We do see the Jagdpanther redeploying to this reinforcement route down here into the center. Strafniki getting... did it actually get a penetration with that PTRD?
Yeah, it just penned in the side with the PTRD.
No, wait, there's no way. Oh, yeah, there is actually definitely a way. It's 55 millimeters of armor on the side there. That's not much. IL-2 not going to get through the Flak 43. So easy block there.
Yeah, Jagdpanther living for now. It only takes like 2 damage, right, from a PTRD?
Yeah, that's I mean, technically speaking, well, no, the Jagdpanther has 8 health, right? 12 health, correct? Or does it only have 10? That's the question.
I think it has 12. I want to say it has 12.
I assume it has 12. It's not technically classified as a heavy tank, so I'm not actually 100% sure. Although Farid now Yamin capturing this flag up north is going to help him out a lot. We do see some rocket already here. The Andrusha in will get the kill on the 88. Very nice.
Yeah, and he only fired like 6 rockets in order to make that happen. He cut the strike halfway through, so he has another set of 6 rockets to launch at his enemy. On the bottom side, the AT gun that were so heroically took out that Soviet armor was killed off. Now the double Straf, given the 2 vet by the Komroti, is annihilating the Jagdkampf for close range there.
Yeah, although it looks like the leader's about to go. Nope, he did pop some smoke there. Very nice little play there. Sturmoviki somehow still holding ground here. I'm not sure why these guys are so persistent. They're not like raiders or special or anything. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think it's just because they have been so close to the front line. It's like the bubble's almost touching, and hasn't been like a significant amount of stuff in between to stop that.
I suppose. Jeez, I feel like it would have popped by now. Sturmoviki Rocks will probably kill both these Festungs, potentially. Unless they spot it before they get close. You put it on return fire.
On this bottom side, making the hero play of pinning down both the Strafs. Can they get the HE onto the Avto? They do, but they get surrendered before. So the Jag Commando goes down there. Stug 3 now waiting in position to engage the ISU 152. The ISU 152, 30% accuracy, baby, right on target.
Can't miss, won't miss, babe. You know it. You know it. Freaking
Well,
secret
these
super buff to that unit.
Thermobiki rocks further back finally get taken care of. They are gone. Yag Commando taking out Aptos in the center. Very nice indeed. The main thing here on this bottom side, I feel like with Farid right now, is he didn't really secure the second flag across the bridge
Nope.
when he probably could have earlier. Ju-88 coming in with the bombing strike is going to hit very nicely.
Wow.
Takes out the leader and the Sturmoviki rocks, which two significant units, taking away the veterancy from the Strafniki and the Avtos, will allow his infantry to have much more success moving back in there. But one thing that Farad also needs to do is kick out these guards on the top side, as the Andalusha finds a very nice rocket strike at close range onto the 37.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, Farid lost his flag over the bridge. Now, he just captured it back for the time being. I don't know if it'll be long because the T-34 is chilling here, and this Panzer IV is probably not going to last that long. But, yeah, I mean, Yamin's done a nice job of up north kind of re-grabbing some of this ground here. Oh, the Panzer IV had its turret turned. Oh, now it's
the T-34 is going to be able to get off its second shot in time.
Yeah.
So the Panzer IV is going to go down, and the flag goes back.
That was really
Yamin.
That was really aggressive. I'm not sure. I was just like I'm not sure what he was expecting to happen doing that.
So Yag Commando on the top side trying to take care of the guards DP, but honestly the Yag Commando not in a good position, engaging a machine gun range might allow the guards DP to even find the surrender there, which would be not ideal at all. On the bottom side, meanwhile, Farad's still having to work his way through these Strafniki, and even though he gets a really good amount of damage in there as he quadruple teams the Strafs, this is still irritating for him to deal with because he's constantly being pushed in on this side when he probably wants to push on the flag further up.
Yeah, we're now in C phase, and we're starting to see again, like, Yamin has definitely out-traded. He's definitely out-traded him. There's no doubt about that. And we can see Yamin has tons of RD in the background, double Su-76, Andrusha. He called in an off-map. He's got AA in as well. And on the other side here, while Farad's holding a front line, we see the first piece of RD coming in. He's lost a whole bunch of AA, and he's kind of lacking in the back lines.
Yeah, so Jagdpanther, is that the same Jagdpanther from the midterm?
There's only one.
Of them.
Yep, there is only one.
So drove that down to the bottom side, I assume, to try and take care of the ISU 152. But at closer range, the ISU 152 has a good chance of just popping that. So he's got to be careful.
Yeah, that is the issue. That is the problem. Up north, the Gavardia DP going down pretty hard from these. Oh, ISU 152 is suffering from hill pressure, it would appear. Nope, just kidding. It's back online. Hello again. Oh, ouch. Oh, ow, ow, ow. That looked uncomfortable.
Smashing into 3 units of infantry there. Very nice indeed. Panzer IVs trying to engage the T-34s on the hill, but gets side shot by the Su-85. Unfortunate indeed. Jagdpanther might suffer the same fate. Oh, manages to reverse it just in time before the Su-85 fires away, and since it already took some damage previously from the PTRD, the Su-85 there might have had a chance to get the kill. IL-2 now coming in for the bombing strike is not going to make it due to the double 37 on the bottom side.
Might die.
It should die. A lot of Farad's infantry has just been dismantled over time.
Yeah, though they're not very. Other than the Jagdkampf, they're really not good. Like, we're being honest, like quality wise, they're trashy. They're trash infantry. They're good in They're good in numbers, right? I mean, their quality is in their quantity. It's not really in the weapons they wield, though. So once you work through the Jagdkampf, these infantry go down really fast.
Yeah, it's just those 2 Flammenwerfer, the Spätrupp, and 1 Jagdkampf left there in the center. And the Festungsgrenz were briefly capping. Flag extra on the bottom side, but the Strafs cleaning them out. So Farid back in the lead in terms of flags and still well ahead in terms of tickets, but honestly, Farid doesn't look like he has much left on the map.
Yeah, it feels very tenuous. And another big issue with Festung that's easy to miss, but their CQC is not very good. The Stostrupen card is basically the best thing you have. Like I said, the Yag Pioneers are actually terrible at CQC. They just have a flamer and rifles, which is not actually very good. And especially up against a very good CQC division in 26th with their Sturmovikis and their Avtos, it's really it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, that's why he's having to rely on the Yag Commandos in the recon tab, but he's going to have a very limited availability of those. Decent bombing strike coming through, doing some damage to the Sturmoviki and the Strafs there.
Ooh,
the fire from the third Kampflefett might finish them off as well.
IL-2 picks up a Stug 3 up north. He does not have many of those to work with, so losing that really hurts. And that also shows Yamin that there's no AA up here anymore. It all died to the Andrusia.
Yeah, and the PE2 is floating around, seeing everything there.
There's not much to see.
And yeah, I was going to say, they're seeing what exactly? Just the Pack 40, the Ed Kampflefett, and on the IL-2 can just pick a target, take one of them out.
Pack 40 going after the ISU. Bounces. Oh, that is the most depressing thing if you actually get in range of this thing. Oh, gets a pen. Go Pack 40. Go Pack 40.
The second one. It bounces. Can it find the second penetration before it fires?
No, definitely not.
It can.
It did. There it is.
Hero Pack 40 team.
IL-2 swings back around, kills off the air conflict, though. That's really rough. Flak 43 Yagkampf trying to come in to save the day there, but that probably means Yamin will just push down south instead.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I feel like Yamin hasn't made more ground right now is just because this is Bobr, and like there's a big river in the way. But as soon as he gets across these bridges on the top side, there is really not much to stop him from taking like all 4 flags on that north side.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing is too, there's 2 flags down south that Farid's holding on Yamin's side of the river. So once he can loosen that up and grab those, I mean, he's at a 15-9 basically already.
Indeed, and there's a lot of guards DP on the way. He's got the ISU ready and waiting in position. He could just use that to fire position the Pack 40 that's been spotted. The 45 mils are doing the job though. 2 veterans see they have some significant rate of fire.
45 mils
remember
phenomenal.
The day when they didn't have HE.
Oh, 45 mils are secretly one of the best units in the game.
Yeah, I mean, beforehand they used to, during the 2,000 meter range, everything like were very, very strong. And then like they were kind of weak for a while, and then they got given HE shells, and then just like fire support wise are really, really good. That Andrusha absolutely spanked the 37 there. Is also going to hit and unload the Yagkampf as well further back. Well, really, really nice strike from Yamin there.
That is what you get whenever you unload something on a reinforcing road, is the potential for that to happen. And it did. Yeah, no, 45 mils, these little buggers for 35 points can kill things way more expensive. They put the HE for, I always forget about the days of everything 2K. It was such a different game then. Like, it really was.
It wasn't. It really, really was.
It was just so like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it was nothing like it is now. I love that change. I think that change really made this game so much better, and it actually like made the factions feel different.
It just made all of the engagements way more dynamic, even in the open.
Absolutely, yeah. Because before it used to be Sherman, Panzer IV sitting at 2K range shooting at each other, and like no one could pen. Nothing could pen because it was all at max range. So like, you know, it just wouldn't have it. You know, it just wouldn't do it. Oh no, is the Andrusha going to kill the Artie? Oh no, it's going after your Kampflet. He could definitely kill that Artie piece with that thing. Easy.
I think this hard Kampflet has been
annoying.
A very, very, very frustrating for Yamin to deal with.
It's out of ammo.
This entire game. It's got to the point where it's actually almost out of ammunition entirely. So he wants to get rid of that. And these 6 rockets should get the job done.
I will say, I think they buffed the Andrusha somewhat recently, right? I feel like
I think in this case he's just using it at pretty close range, to be honest. So Like he's using the cover of these buildings to move it up really close, and so the dispersion is so much smaller,
I
and therefore
suppose.
he's getting a lot of value out of it. Whereas in like a big team game, people often have them quite far back, and therefore they don't really hit the mark as well.
Well, they're not as accurate as a Nebelwerfer. I feel like people are much more afraid of Nebelwerfer 300 mils, even though technically it's the same unit, and this unit actually just gets more shells, which should be better overall, but it doesn't have the same accuracy as that.
But again, it's range.
Yeah.
Like the Nebelwerfer has less range, so it has less dispersion as well.
True. Down south, Yamin working his way back up onto this hill. I would not say much is going right here for Farid. I've already a DP blob coming in, and it almost feels like Farid's out of infantry. I just feel like we haven't seen him call infantry in a long time.
Yeah,
He
what was
can't
a
be.
very
There's
like dominant sort of early game in terms of flags is just kind of seemed to fizzle out, and I don't know if it's necessarily because he's ran out of infantry. I just think
no.
he's been investing into other things.
Yeah, I don't. He's definitely not out. He has 98. There's absolutely no way he's out. But it just feels that way because we haven't seen infantry coming in so long. Is he gonna remake this mistake of putting this flak like near the road?
I mean, we can't forget that like Jagdkampf that he's still buying
Yeah.
on like 35 points a pop, right? And then he's got a 37 mil there that's like another 80 points, right? And then Stug 3 on the bottom side's coming in, so that's a decent number of ticks. And we're into phase C where we only get 90 points per minute, so it's we can see what he's investing in.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Vanguard mirrors. Remember those days? What was that? What did we call it? Valenced? No, what was it? Valgard? Is that what it was when everyone played Vanguard because it was basically like you had balanced at the end of the day?
Oh God, I never heard that.
I can't remember what the word they put together was for it, but basically everyone played Vanguard because you got 100 points tick and C, and no income was anywhere near as efficient as that one at the end of the day.
This is just been like the reminisce cast. On the top side, really nice Panzer Shrek kill onto the AA there actually opens up the ISU and T-34 to the non-existent Air Force of Festung Dunkirchen.
Be afraid.
The pioneers coming in on the bottom side. Poor Kampfjäger caught out by the guard there. They're going to have to do a run at Stug 3. Going to be a little bit late to the party. Did the first one... There was another one there, right? But it must have... Or is that the same one?
This one just came in reinforcement. I mean, it's not going to do anything here. Like, it's not a good support tank.
Yeah, and it's not in a good position anyway,
no.
Regardless. Now, it looks like Yamin's really going for the throat, putting the guard there on the flag. He's pushed 17-7.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, this has not gone the way I think Farid was hoping it would.
He just couldn't make it stick. The infantry disparity at close range made a huge difference in this game. Like the Strelki finding so much value in all the positions where they could. I think Yamin did a perfect job of putting everything in exactly the right place. Putting the strafs in the places where he's going to be like engaging through sort of medium to long range, and then having the Sturmoviki in every single area where he's going to be able to exploit heavy cover, and it just worked out really, really nicely for him.
Yeah, and I mean that's Yamin for you. He always does that. You have to expect it when you play him, that no unit is going to be out of position. And again, that's the issue with Festung. Their CQC is bad. Like your solution to CQC problems is just throw lots of units at it. And the problem is 26th has tons of really good CQC. Like you get 12 Sturmoviki rocks between A and B. That's a lot of this level of unit to have to work through.
His own Darusha as well has been just microed very, very nicely and found lots and lots of value throughout the game. And Farid, he's going to throw in the towel as he does not seem to be able to bring it back. 32 minutes exactly going to be the victory for Yamin, and that is a significant KD.
Yeah.
3,050 kills, 1,835 losses.
Yeah, tough one. I mean, Farid's aggressive playstyle does open him up to this. And again, I think Yamin is a trade player. He plays for trades. He plays for time. And he's very good at that. We can, oh my goodness, that Andrusha. Holy crap. That's a list of kills. ISU 152 got a whole bunch.
And all AA getting taken out.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, you gotta, it's impressive to do that against a division like Festung, which I mean AA is kind of like part of its whole thing, and to actually like wipe out all the AA and be able to use planes freely against this division that's something. That is really something.
Yeah, he definitely had that answer in his mind when he went into this, and yeah, used that so well throughout the game. It's really, really nicely done. And that brings it back to 1-1 in this series. So
Woo,
we get a game 3.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add for this one?
Fabulous match. Looking forward to game 3. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome content.
Yes, of course. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.